one, hip-hop wise, was definitely Busta Rhymes. Even when I was little, I remember seeing the music videos that he had. He was very animated. They had like this fisheye lens, so his face was like really up close. And I just identify with that because it was cool and musical, but it was also like weird. And I remember even recording his songs like off the radio on like a on like a cassette tape. Hey, what's going on? This is rapper New Moon, coming out of Allentown, Pennsylvania, and currently in Philly. And I'm here with Seeme Gang. I'm a diverse and creative, loving individual. I've loved hip hop all my life. I sang my first rap when I was 8. I grew up skateboarding as well, and after a lot of injuries and coming up in a music family, went into rapping. I was battle rapping, took on a lot of even religion, spirituality, conscious rapping, and my hardships onto my music. Went on to get a master's degree in education, but still kept my love for music and rapping. Now I'm back at it and just put out a project on Spotify and more. And yeah, just want to tell you more about it. I think my day-to-day life and the hardships that I go through, especially now that, I deal with hardships in a positive way, but that doesn't make them any easier. So I think the best thing in life is really just for me to channel that creatively into my music. I mean, there are so many people that inspire me musically, and to be able to kind of get away from the 9 to 5 and the desk and just kind of let loose on the mic or writing or performing, it just really keeps me alive and keeps me going. Well, I think for me as a rapper, I bring a lot of maturity, so I can not only be creative and really keep you engaged, but rap about things like bring communities together, mental health, even marriage and diversity, and finding yourself in ways that I hope will really bless others and inspire others to stay positive while still making your music interesting and just a jam to listen to. My childhood. Well, I will say one, hip-hop wise, was definitely Busta Rhymes. Even when I was little, I remember seeing the music videos that he had. He was very animated. They had like this fisheye lens, so his face was like really up close. And I just identify with that because it was cool and musical, but it was also like weird. And I remember even recording his songs like off the radio on like a on like a cassette tape. And another person, hip hop wise, I think would be Missy Elliott. Right around the same time, she had a great song with Timbaland, with a really unique music video, doing a similar thing like with the fisheye lens, which at the same time cool and weird. And also, as someone who really appreciates women and who grew up in a household full of women, it was great to see a woman, especially a black woman, who was reigning and so creative. So Method of Madness is a single that was produced by my producer, the super talented Digital Crate. And that's something that I wanted to keep simple. Like, he sent me the beat and I was like, okay, I heard this and it just reminded me of like that old RZA Wu-Tang song. So I just kind of started rapping. A lot of my stuff before that was very like focused on one topic. But for me, that was just about like the braggadocious and like bar for bar rhyming nature of hip hop. So I just had a lot of fun with that one. I like how kind of dirty and raw it sounds. And yeah, he did a great job with that beat. So. Yeah, so, all right, let's go with MF Doom, since unfortunately he's not alive. I would ask him what inspired him to come back wearing a mask. Because one thing that I like to do in my music and my presence is do some type of partial face covering. Not the whole thing, but you'll see like I'm wearing the shades, or a lot of times I wear kind of a Phantom of the Opera mask, so check for that. But for him, I always wanted to learn that. I saw an interview where he talked a little bit about like taking away the look and to focus on the rhymes. But I would love to chop it up with him more about that. So yeah, you may see if once you check me out on Spotify or some of my videos on TikTok, IG, you'll see that I wear like a mask that covers half the face. And I do that for a couple of reasons. One, I still want you to see who I am. In a sense, I'm no mystery. You'll see me on the street, say what's up. But it is a part of my artistry. I take it from a music video from Janelle Monáe in the past, but also to symbolize that a lot of people are actors. They will put on a big show and they will sell themselves as something they're not. But for me, you don't see the whole of me, but what I'm spitting in my rhymes is 100% me. And it also is symbolic of the things that we all hide day to day, whether it's struggles with mental health or whether it's struggles with, trying to fit in, things like that. So it's kind of like visual commentary on all that. Yeah, so check for that. I guess in my day-to-day, I've always been real genuine, but right now I really focus on, at least in my 9 to 5, I have a master's degree, so I work a lot, and it's a very, I put on a professional aura, right? So New Moon is a way for me to kind of escape for that, and utilizing mask or face covering, whatever, to kind of step into a character that is very much me, and my stories are 100% true, but is also a way for me to kind of engage, bring out my creative side. The term new, NU, is a prefix that was used back in nu metal, which is a music, but new means like something alternative. And then the term moon actually is really inspired by one of my favorite Janelle Monáe songs called Many Moons. Shout out to her. I mean, it's 100% about the message, and I'm human too. I would love to get recognized. I would love to make some money doing music. But ultimately it's about the music. So like, for example, I just released an EP called Rapping in the Dark, where I have songs that are about bridging like the Jewish and non-Jewish Black community, songs addressing my journey with mental health and those challenges, songs about even losing my mother, God rest her soul. And, don't get me wrong, like I love party songs. There's a time for that. But I don't want to glorify anything that I don't need to. Rather, I want to bless someone or be someone's, role model, Usually, sometimes I'll just sit down at a cafe, but it usually really starts with me, I'm at my desk job, or I'm taking care of my niece and nephews, or I'm with my wife, whatever. And I think of like 2 to 4 bars, and I'm like, ooh, those sound kind of fire. And sometimes they'll be about what I'm doing. Maybe I'm playing video games. Maybe I'm, in an argument or something. And I'm like, okay. And then I jump a little bit on that topic. And the other thing will just be that I'll have a topic that weighs on me a lot. Mental health, for example. That's, for better or worse, something I've struggled with for like 20 years. So that kind of came to me naturally because that's just my day-to-day life. Yeah, I think it's a great way for independent artists to take a hold of things. So that's a good thing. And it's a great access. I think it's good for, it's a good tool for artists, especially independent artists. I think mentally you got to take a break, though, maybe like a day or more, because it'll mess with your head. You got to, I know for me, some people like what I do, some people don't. And, you get a lot of haters in the comments, and you got to get used to putting that out of your head. And also you see other artists and you're like, I gotta compete, I gotta keep up, but you gotta pace yourself. So we'll just go with that. Yeah. Again, my rap name is New Moon. That's NUMOON. You can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen as New Moon. And then you can also find me on TikTok, Instagram as New Moon Talk, all one word, TALK, YouTube as well. So yeah, check me out.